What's nuts?
Hey guys, so welcome back to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Let's carry on where we left off. We're pursuing the true ending, and I feel like we're so close. This could even be the final episode. I don't know how much farther we have to go, but in any case, let's see what happens. We're about to leave Zero's study, which is kind of where he set everything up for this game. Nope, still don't want to update Cyberlink. Thank you very much. Anyway.
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
That's right, Seven's about to have his huge epiphany and reveal.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it.
Go on.
My memory's back.
Wow.
I remember what happened before I got snatched.
Then?
What?
Let me tell you what happened.
Go on.
Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota.
Right.
Musashido was the man with the cash.
Okay.
Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man, and Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
But how did you get the knowledge?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
Because we don't know he's a cop in this flow.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
Why wouldn't we want to know? You think we're just gonna write it off, Seven? Come on, man. We're friends. We're buddies.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Oh, in that case, yeah, we don't really have much time, do we?
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Yeah.
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective.
Yep.
It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type.
Most detectives are, to be honest.
I hold to my own code.
I feel like.
Because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf.
Right, so we've heard this story before in one of the bad ending flows.
It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat.
It'll be a nice little refresher.
I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children.
Right, so they said 16 boys and girls disappeared, but there were actually 18 participants in the Nonary Game, so 2 were unaccounted for in the media.
It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital.
Snake is saying that 2 of them were like orphans or kids that had no families.
A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle.
You had an inside informant?
My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags... There was something about the way they moved as they were carried.
The kids were inside.
No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
And you got knocked out.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too.
Jeez.
Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week.
A week? I feel like it'd be months, to be honest, if you just drop him at the bottom of this wharf.
That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
Seven, we asked for the short version. You're kind of giving a lot of unnecessary details here.
A drug?
It's like it's story time.
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
It's okay. We'll suspend our disbelief.
I woke up on a hard floor.
We have as much time as we need.
Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy.
Hey, come on. There's a divider.
I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. pushed and pulled on it, but
No dice.
it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down.
And then you heard the kids participating in the Nonary Games.
I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several.
Yee.
I hear 5, or 6, maybe more.
Man, it's crazy thinking these kids having to participate in a life or death game, right? And they're relying on information from people, like, across the world.
Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it.
There's the grate underneath the bed.
Left. It's coming from under the bed?
Yeah.
I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over.
Just trying to refresh my own memory, because
And there it was.
I'm not binge playing this, because I don't have time to. Can only play it on certain days, so it's good to refresh my memory when we're talking about, like, heavy story games like this and Danganronpa, right?
The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here?
Still don't understand how Seven could fit through this tiny little grate, though. Look, it's about the size of his hand.
But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
And it just shows the toilet. I think I said that last time as well. Goodness me.
Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, you tell that inanimate object.
I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. It wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees.
That's strange.
I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get.
Seven, do you write detective novels? I reckon you should.
And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me,
You don't have to go back to the police after we escape this.
a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut.
I feel like we didn't hear this part, though, last time.
Then, there was a voice.
Definitely haven't heard this part. And that's where we were. In the very first ending we got, the safe ending. Except it feels like they had a lot more time. So the 9 door must have been the same thing, right? Because I think I heard them say the 9 door, and now they're in the incinerator. So is this like a perfect replica of the original Nonary games?
What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices.
That must have been like the danger. Is it just one person?
A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could.
Come on, Seven!
I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point.
Okay, at least we know that the majority of the kids got out alive. It was just one who died. Akane.
I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges.
I think this is where he
What
picked
the-
up from.
What the hell is this place?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were, the kids I'd been searching for.
Kids. This one right here. Could this be?
They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent, for the moment, from surprise and fear.
This guy's got white hair. Santa also has white hair.
Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually.
It's such a weird place for the grate to end up, right? Like, the fumes from the incinerator is going to go into the prison cell.
Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless.
And that one there's got, like, the similar hair to Lotus. Maybe that's her daughter?
I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen.
And who's this?
Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
This must be Santa.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, that voice.
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kinda cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
The 9 door. This is the exit.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death.
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
Here we go. Oh, this is so exciting.
The voice spoke again.
Oh, probably shouldn't say exciting. Kids getting potentially killed. And say tense. I'm feeling anxious.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor.
He wants to lead them out through the grate.
No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach.
Of course. Not even a boost.
What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea.
Jump down.
Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again.
Yeah.
I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time.
And then what? Man, this is the
Had to
short
hurry.
version. I wonder what the long version is going to be like.
Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator.
Did you grab like the bed sheets or something?
Then,
Like a rope.
sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
Right.
Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips.
Knew it.
Tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done.
Some great thinking, Seven. Well done. On your feet. Yeah, look at that. That's definitely got to be Akane, right? Oh, that must be Snake, of course.
All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
So we've got Santa, Snake, Akane, and Lotus's daughter, I believe. There's only 4 kids here.
Right.
Where are the rest?
Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go?
Sorry, still got a sore throat.
The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
Right.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
But now you can't because of your digital root. It's not going to equal 9 anymore.
That's what I said.
It was 5 versus 4, I guess? No. There should have been a way to open it, unless it's because it's engaged now, not vacant.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
This explains why Santa was so good at calculating the digital roots.
Incineration will begin in
He was really quick to say what the digital roots were. It's because he's done this before.
5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look,
No time
that can
to
wait,
explain.
all right? Just get
Come
us
on.
out of here!
7.
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up.
Nice.
Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
Uh-oh.
God damn it! What's going on here?
Is that Ace? Hongo? Upset that we've cheated his game?
Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
Oh, he stepped in. Or he opened the door.
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury.
Does this mean that the kids were never going to die and he was going to save them? Doubt it.
I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
It's a snazzy suit you got on. Definitely a villain suit.
Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope.
Yeah! No! My
It
plan!
was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
But then where were you gonna go, you know? Now you're back in the cell, you're all trapped.
No! No!
Hongo had lost it.
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's panicking so much, like... Or maybe it's because they interfered with the experiment and now the results are useless.
His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face, and he was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Yeah, it's about the results of the experiment, not the fact that they're getting away. Like, they're gonna be trapped.
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Yeah, I thought it was cancelled.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. No point to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead.
Right, of course, there was a passage.
After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side.
Where are you now? Is this where the yellow submarine was?
The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar.
No, it's outside the incinerator.
It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall.
This is beyond the 9 door in that ceremonial room.
A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
That's Akane, right?
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me.
Yeah, the red tie.
We were inside an incinerator?
What gave it away? 7? Maybe the announcement?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
You really think he would still be in there when the incinerator goes off?
Yeah, that's not good.
that meant we'd better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels.
Jeez.
On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase.
Uh-huh.
Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps, our arms pumping fast. We went round and round and round like the devil was on our tail.
Like I
Stairway
said, 7,
kept going.
you gotta be a rider.
We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Don't tell me she tried to save Hongo.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane's your sister? What's going on? What?
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
You and Akane were the ones with no families.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Nobody answered him.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too, and so did the other two kids.
But then, why doesn't Akane recognize Santa, right? Is it just... Does she have amnesia too?
When did we do that?
And... Akane supposedly was dying or died in the safe ending. And then Zero said he failed. Is he trying to save his sister? Is she unwell? Is she sick? But she's supposed to be dead. Right? Ah! So many questions!
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me.
Fuck!
I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
Snake.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
That leave... You mean you left Nona behind? That's her name, right? Lotus's daughter.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
Did she try and rescue him?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
Did she get stuck in the incinerator?
we heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
What the hell?
Come on, goddammit, move!
She's number 5.
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger.
Damn, he does
She
look
wasn't
like a
gonna win.
beast.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
It says Kani.
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him.
As if there was
into
any
the incinerator.
doubt that it was Akane that we know.
Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside.
So he took her into the incinerator with him?
And then, the door slammed shut.
I suppose he had another exit, didn't he?
We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
Man, the true ending's like way longer than the other endings, which is cool. I like it.
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
But hang on. Weren't the siblings supposed to be in different buildings? Shouldn't one of them, either Santa or Kani, be in Nevada? Right? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? The siblings shouldn't be in the same experiment or in the same location. So what the hell's going on here? Or were they like the control? Like, they're the ones who didn't have access to the morphogenetic field. And they're seeing how they fare with escaping compared to the others who had someone guiding them through the morphogenetic field? Maybe?
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
This all took place within a minute?
Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
Right, it had to be reset.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
Couldn't they try and go back to the vents and try and get her out again?
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
I suppose it's too high up on the ceiling.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please help me!
Damn, man, this is so painful to listen to.
I'm really scared! I don't want to die, please! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door.
I'm with you, Seven.
Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
But I need to focus. I need to follow Seven's story and find some holes in it. Well, I shouldn't be finding holes, but I found one. Well, you're just gonna stop right there?
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Fair enough.
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
But how come he was the only one who had amnesia?
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Are you sure she died?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended,
Really? You just stood outside?
and we heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
Shit, dude.
A few minutes passed. The door opened.
You didn't hear her scream or anything?
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in.
Has she got burned alive?
We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire.
Well, yeah. You're supposed to let the air out first.
It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering,
I'm surprised the conviction didn't just melt you.
and in the middle of the room, there it lay.
What?
The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty.
When he first said the kid's legs, I was like, holy shit! I thought he was talking about Santa. I was like, oh.
Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him.
What is it?
And then...
Her heart? But what was it? Her bracelet?
Can I ask you one more thing?
It's an incinerator, right? The whole point of an incinerator is to burn and melt everything inside it. How could there be something left?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
I need to know.
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
I can't even remember if that was her last name. But judging from Junpei's reaction...
You were there that day, weren't you?
What?
The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Not me. Or are you talking about Snake?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. You are correct, Detective.
You didn't remember any of that?
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me.
Right, of course.
There was nothing I could do.
Alright, you're forgiven. I was about to say. No, that's right. He was supposed to keep it secret.
I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. Alright, let me ask you another question.
And I'm also thinking, once Ace was done with chucking Akane into the incinerator, why didn't he go after the other kids that were standing outside the incinerator? Basically, you know, they could get captured so easily. What the hell? There's so many questions I have about your story.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
He's Aoi.
He's Akane's brother. You know that?
So you recognize Santa?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother. But I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning.
I mean, you can't see him. He was a kid before. As he gets older, his voice is going to change. Not like with Ace, for example, who's already an adult, right?
9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty.
Yeah.
His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
I mean, it's fine, dude.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment.
Because he gave it away by talking about the 4 leaves of a clover.
It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
I always love this part of like these mystery stories where everyone just comes together and just puts their ideas forward and everything starts to connect and make sense.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know.
Still trying to think about that safe ending. When we went through door 1, Akane had no idea.
I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
There you go.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Jeez.
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, alright? Cut me some slack.
Yeah, Junpei, jeez, savage. This guy saved 16 kids. What have you done, Junpei? Goodness me.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they?
We still don't know what Junpei's connection to all of this is. Right? We've got answers for everyone now, except for Junpei. I even got the 9th man. Why is Junpei here? Because he's Akane's friend?
Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant.
But were they playing, or were they just murdered?
Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister.
But why chuck us in here?
That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it?
The only one left.
I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
But do we really care? Do we really want to save his life? That's the question.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
I mean, the guy's a despicable piece of shit, man.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
From what we heard on Seven's testimony, but Snake's not complaining. He's not objecting to anything he said, so...
In other words, Ace.
Uh-oh.
What?
Dude, you took too long with your story, now we're gonna drown.
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
We've got the key, don't we?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material's been added to the file screen. What could it possibly be? Keycard 0. A keycard with a 0 in the middle of it. 0. God damn it. Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he? Okay. What was added to the file screen? Picture taken 9 years ago. Okay, it's just a picture. An old picture. It was in the drawer of the desk in the small, cluttered room. It is a picture of the 4 people who created the Nonary project. On the back, it said the following. Praying for the success of the Nonary project, with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Right. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Alright, let's just swipe this card. There we go. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah. Now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei. We don't have time. Let's go! Well, you don't have to tell me twice. Alright, let's go. Junpei, I just said you don't need to tell me twice, okay? Snake already said let's go. I wonder, is there going to be any more rooms? We'll see.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
Seek a way out again. But see, like, are we in danger? Is this place really going to get
It
flooded?
would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
It didn't look like it in the safe ending, did it?
You're right. Let's hurry.
We just got gassed again.
This exit
why-
needs the Uranus card too.
But why gas us again? Oh, man, just...
Hey, Junpei.
I mean, don't answer any of the questions I have. Unless it's already been pointed out and I missed it. But, like, just trying to think and work it out. Sorry, I'm just talking out loud, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, see, Junpei knows.
All right, it's open. Let's go.
What's beyond this door? Alright, of course.
Okay, Neptune Key. Let's see if you work.
I meant what's beyond this door.
Yes! I think it unlocked.
Okay,
It says incinerator.
we're back here.
So this is the incinerator.
Right, so both 9 doors lead to the same place, the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
I'm still wondering what gave Snake his superhuman strength in the first
Let's
one.
go.
Okay. The final 9 door. What's going on?
What the hell is going on?
Santa and Akane?
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Where's Lotus and where's Ace?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Yup.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine.
No, you don't look fine.
I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good.
What's up with Santa?
I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
He looks like he's about to go to the bathroom.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Did he get stabbed?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
Good one. You got a gun. You got range. How the hell did you get sucker punched?
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Yup. There we go.
Ace.
We've come full circle.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Except we're all here now.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you.
How do you not know? Oh, yeah. I was gonna about to say. He's got prosopagnosia.
Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
Oh no, you're suffering, but your experiment failed. That's so horrible and terrible.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Or that.
Another irritating insect.
But you wouldn't know that, Junpei. Not in this flow.
And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1.
Yes.
Give me your hand. 8. And with this,
The 9 bracelet.
9.
But see, there were 2 9 bracelets.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
No.
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
What's beyond this door?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Been there, done that, Ace.
I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time.
What's going to happen?
Now open! No! What is this? Why? That digital root should be 9! It has to be 9!
Then we have to consider that that's not a 9 bracelet. But then how did it open the other doors?
Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Error.
Now!
Error.
Ah!
Uh-oh. Oh, jeez.
No! Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
The detective.
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
How did he kill Musashido, though?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him.
So this has got to be his knowledge from the other flows.
The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted.
Junpei's about to school you again.
You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone.
But now we've got additional reasons why, because we didn't know his true identity was Kubota.
4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki.
Nijisaki, Exhibit B.
While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room.
But you killed him by accident.
However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
Your best friend.
Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me.
It's a good imitation.
But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see?
Because he wasn't allowed to talk.
Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me.
He didn't know that he wasn't allowed to talk, so this sort of fueled his paranoia.
Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat.
But now we have to come to the... But then he would have thought Akane was dead. But what about Santa, you know? I suppose the only reason he knew Snake was because he's blind. He's the blind guy. And that's kind of a distinction.
Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him.
But why didn't Nijisaki say anything? It's because he was drugged or something?
The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed.
And he was doomed.
And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Do we really call
You
him
mean
poor
to say-
Nijisaki?
Snake is still alive?
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Well, that's something.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
Uh-huh.
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project.
You knew the answer. You went in, killed him, then came back.
Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse.
Son of a bitch.
All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it.
But what was Musashido doing in the room? Was he just sitting there, like watching the cameras?
With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters.
Or was he trapped in there because he couldn't open the door? Because to open the door, you needed the watch.
Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it.
Jeez.
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took, and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
Without getting any blood on you. Very good. Damn.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
Okay, let's just admit we cheated.
But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because he could ouch his identity as well?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Did you get a note like Snake?
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal.
Ah, he had specific instructions.
The first is to win the Nonary Game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters.
Right.
The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world.
Was that Musashido's goal? That's why he was in the room?
Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted.
Right.
If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else.
But I disturbed that.
If I could, then my alibi would be set.
I refused to let you stay in the room.
At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning, then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation.
Same with Nijisaki then.
I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Jeez. Well, you committed to a decision very quickly.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways.
You were controlled to kill the others that were responsible for the Nonary Game 9 years ago. Well done.
Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake.
Exactly.
There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back.
How convenient.
Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap.
That's your condition.
But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
Technically, that wouldn't fly in court, though.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
But it's a good way to get this guy to do all the killing.
That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it.
Is he going to keep playing dumb, or is he going to confess?
Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero.
Is he going to transform into some smug asshole?
And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
There you go.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago.
Okay, at least the sprite isn't, like, transformed into something horrible.
I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
Akane?
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Akane?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said.
What's my connection to this game?
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
Am I getting revenge because Akane died?
That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose.
Oh my god, what's happening?
There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Yeah.
Save someone?
Yep.
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What?
She's gone. Again. What the hell is happening? Is she like a ghost?
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
So you recognize her as Akane Kurashiki then?
7! What the hell is going on?
What is happening to him?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project?
Communicating.
I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Through morphogenetic fields.
It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon.
Basically telepathy.
And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory.
Damn, this music's pumping me up.
Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
Yeah, see? They're brothers and sisters. So why were you here with your sister?
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake.
Yeah.
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A.
Or they wanted to see what it was like when you two were basically next to each other?
Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic.
That means there were 2 receivers. Or there was a receiver in Building Q?
I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb.
I'm not playing dumb.
You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
Oh, right. Of course. My different endings. Save files. Information transmitting between different flows.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in?
How did you know the code?
How the hell did you open it?
Well,
I just had an epiphany?
that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. Wait, who's saying this? How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. What's going on? You're getting into prophecies now? Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take the gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Well, he hacked it. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
Unfortunately.
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Incinerate us.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit! We've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just got to... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26, which equals 2 plus 6, which equals 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Okay, you're gonna calculate the different digital roots? Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them. Why don't you just keep it, ever again? Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping out pages like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 has got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. Lotus will have to be left behind.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Really? We should test it first to see if it works. I mean, Ace tried to leave, it didn't work, right?
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
Don't say it like that, man.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
What's wrong, 7? For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence. But for a cop, this decision makes sense. He wants to save as many lives as he can.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Really now? That's all you've got to say?
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
I wonder, did everyone get notes, or was it just Ace and Snake?
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
There's gotta be another way out.
You're all idiots.
Yeah, we're all stupid. We're all just stupid idiots, trapped in a damn puzzle game. Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Exactly, we haven't even tested it. Ace couldn't get through.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the red.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to leave.
No! What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Maybe the door's not a 9 door.
Yes, that is what I said.
2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 8. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
Maybe it's a 6.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
And Santa just went through with Ace, didn't he? And he's 0. Ace is 1. Apparently that was all he needed. So why don't we try and make 1? Let's see, we've got 2 plus 4 or 6, 11, 18, 26. 6 plus 2 is 8. Alright, he already did the math on this, jeez. I don't know why I repeated it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get to the hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it.